So, boy army, welcome to another spicy one on the channel. In this video today, we are going to be looking at the best meta formations post-patch on FIFA 22. This is the team that I played Weekend League with on my Road to Glory. I'm going to be streaming later today on my pay-to-win account, but I wanted to play on my Road to Glory first to see how I could do with a bit of a better team from last weekend. And we went 16-0 live on Twitch. If you haven't checked my Twitch out before, Zelonius92, get involved. But yeah, these boys hit a 16-0, and when we go through the formations, I'll tell you the formation I played with these boys. But yeah, brilliant team. The game has changed a fair bit, I would say, post-patch. And as we go through the formations, I will talk about why I think these formations I'm going to mention are good, how they're better post-patch. And boys, if you like these type of videos where I'm teaching you about the game, gameplay tips, tutorials, showing you the best players on the game, meta tactics, formations, please like the video, comment, let me know you like these videos because it lets me do videos that you guys love, and subscribe to the channel so you get notifications every time I go live with a video. Generally speaking, around 5:30 every day UK time, there'll be a new video for you boys. Let's get into it. So, to change formation, some people don't know this, so I like to mention it. You go to the custom tactics and then you go to the formations by pressing R1. So, these are the formations tactics I've been using on my road to glory. 16-0 yesterday. I gave the last few games away because I'd already got rank 1. I will be doing some weekend league highlights and showing these tactics in depth in a video tomorrow. But for the sake of this video, like I said, we are looking at the formations. So, let's start at the top and we'll go through them. If there's one that I like the look of, I will talk about and say why it is good post-patch. 4-5-1, nope. It is just too defensive. 4-5-1 is probably a good tactic formation to see out games, but it's definitely not a good general one. This video is more going to be about formations you could use for the majority of the game as like a default base formation. One of the main changes I think I've seen post-patch is that finesses, while still effective and you can still score them, are a lot less consistent. So you need formations that are going to be able to break people down. The 4-2-3-1 will always be a good solid formation, but post patch, I don't think it is quite as dominant as it was before because it was really good for the finesses because you had the Lamb, Ram, Cam, and Striker who could all line up in different angles for them. Whereas now, you need more bodies in the box, more people to break down the opponent's defense because a lot more people are going to sit deep and part the bus, and the 4-2-3-1 isn't as good for that. However, especially if you're leading the game, the 4-2-3-1 is very good for defending and getting men behind the ball. So there are pros and cons to it. None of these formations will be ones I'd recommend too much. If you do like the 4-4-2 and the 4-2-3-1 though, the 4-4-1-1 is kind of a hybrid of both. The 4-4-2 is always going to be a meta formation. It's just a case of, is it going to be the top one? I'm going to be playing the 4-4-2 on my pay to win account tonight. I think the 4-4-2, you are more reliant on having a really good team because the gap between the centre mids and strikers is quite big. So you need, because you don't have a cam to link them up, so you need two centre mids who are really good. I think like Llorente and Wijnaldum would be good enough to be fair, and I don't think this game is that pay to win in the sense of it's easy to get very good players. I've gone unbeaten and rank 1 with 500. I think this team's worth about 500k. Like, you don't need the top squads on this game to be able to compete. But the 4-4-2 is a little bit more reliant on players than other formations. The 4-4-2 will be one of the top formations post-patch, in my opinion, because it's got two strikers to break people down. It's got left mid and right mid who are going to pull players out. And then, especially if you have good midfielders, you're going to have men making runs, overloading them with options. And it's still obviously a very balanced, well-rounded formation. It's going to have two flat banks of 4 to defend. So the 4-4-2 post-patch is going to be one of the very top tier ones. The 4-1-2-1-2 wide could be good. It's just a bit of a... It lacks a little bit in the midfield, so I'm not too big a fan of that. The 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, good, but I prefer the 4-3-1-2. The 4-3-1-2 is what I hit 16 and over on my road to glory yesterday. We're going to be doing a video on it tomorrow, like I said. The 4-3-1-2 is just so good because of the amount of options it has. It is debatably the best meta attacking formation on the game right now. I think you'd be hard pressed to find a better one. The thing is, on a game now where lots of people are parking the bus and putting men behind the ball, you still have the options of the finesses here with the cam and 2 strikers. I put the middle centre mid on stay back, so it like protects me and stops me being too vulnerable to counters. But then I've got 2 centre mids bombing forward. You get the width from overlapping fullbacks, so you do need better fullbacks in this formation, but fullbacks are pretty cheap anyway. And you have so many options that it's really hard for people to defend, and it just overwhelms them. You need formations right now that are going to cause people problems, give them lots to think about. More negative formations, I think, are going to struggle as general formation tactics on this game right now because it's harder to attack after this patch than it is to defend, in my opinion. So you need a formation that's going to help the attack. The 4-3-1-2 is perfect for that. The 4-2-2 is a pretty good one. I prefer having a cam in the middle to the Lamb and Ram if I'm not going to. I'd rather have a central cam than 2 outside ones. It's a good formation. I just don't think it's going to be quite as solid as some of the others. The 4-3-3s. I don't think 4-3-3 plays very well on FIFA generally. I just think the wingers do not get involved enough. It's probably a pretty good possession tactic, but there's probably better possession tactics in general. I've seen quite a few pros say the 4-3-3-4 is good. I think with the right instructions you can get use out of it. I just don't think the 4-3-3, any of them, have as good strengths as something like the 4-4-2 or the 4-3-1-2, for example. 4-3-2-1. I prefer the 4-3-1-2 as a general tactic because I like the 2 strikers and cam. This is the exact same formation as the 4-3-1-2, except for the 2 strikers and cam become a striker and a left forward and right forward. I think the cam and 2 striker triangle works better, so I would never use the 4-3-2-1 as a default tactic because of that. I use it as my all-out tactic because the left forward and right forward give a bit more natural width for the centre mids to bomb forward when I'm being really aggressive. But as a default tactic, I don't think it's as strong as the 4-3-1-2. 5-back tactics could be interesting. I think the best 5-back tactics is the 5-3-2 because of the 2 strikers and the 3 centre mids you get in it. You could argue this one here, but I just think it leaves a little bit in the middle behind. I like having the middle centre mid to kind of protect the rest of the defense. 5-back actually could be quite good on the new formation in the sense of it could be a nightmare to break down. The 5-back, sometimes you fall into the trap of giving a bit too much space up, which on the previous patch for finesses could have been an issue. But on this patch, where finesses are not going to be as good, having 5 men back, 3 midfielders in front, very narrow, compact defence, could be very hard to break down. I've not tested it. I'm enjoying the way I'm playing right now. But yeah, if you're struggling to defend, which I've heard some people are, it could be quite a viable tactic. And then out of the 3 backs, the one that I'm always going to recommend generally is the 3-5-2. The 3-4-1-2 is very good attacking. Probably better attacking than the 3-5-2 because your CDMs become centre mids. That's the basic difference. It's just more attacking. But for an overall balanced formation, I would rather have the CDMs in the 3-5-2 because it's already very attacking with a striker, or 2 strikers, a cam and 2 wingers, or left mid, right mid. So I think the CDMs give it more balance. I think the 3-5-2 is going to be very meta post-patch. Simply put, it's going to overwhelm people. It just always has that risk of being countered. So the ones that I think are going to be really solid post-patch, 3-5-2, 5-3-2 if you want to play more negative, 4-3-2-1, potentially 4-3-3-4, as in the 4th variation of the 4-3-3, 4-3-1-2, 4-2-2, the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, but I prefer the 4-3-1-2 because of the midfield 3. 4-4-2s, both of them. I prefer the centre mid version this year because it's just better overall. And then the 4-2-3-1. Lots of options. Maybe you can make something else work. These ones I think work quite well right now. Appreciate you guys watching this video. Hopefully it's been able to help you. What are you finding works on the patch right now? How are you finding the patch? Personally, I like it. I think the keepers are a lot worse now, which is good. After a weekend league, I do notice that. Appreciate you guys watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for the 16-0 tactics on the road to glory. Keep it spicy.